Good morning, Dr. Angela Santos, especially to our panelists. We are the Group 21 from BS Entre 2B, and we are pleased to present our research proposal entitled Negotiation and Entrepreneurial Strategies of Street Vendors in the San Antonio Market, Challenges and Adaptation to the Consumer Needs. Submitted in a partially fulfillment of the requirements for the market research and the consumer behavior at the College of Management and Business Technology at San Antonio Off Campus.
Before we formally start, let me introduce myself and my co-researchers. I am Ashley Maypanes, together with
Jonella Mudlong,
Angelica Eugenio,
Mario Pingol,
Karylle Reyes.
and lastly, Shaina Salaysay.
To begin, I'd like you to introduce Angelica Eugenio, who will now provide an overview of the introduction to our research.
Here's the introduction. Street vending in San Antonio has grown as an important economic activity, offering many individuals, especially from low-income backgrounds, a chance to earn a living. Vendors not only sell goods and services but also contribute to the local communities' cultural and economic vibrancy. The number of street vendors has increased, leading to diverse interactions with other businesses and the development of strategies to attract and retain customers. Despite their significance, vendors must navigate challenges like changing market demands, policy, inventory management, and customer relations, often improvising strategies based on their resources and circumstances. This study highlighted diversity among street vendors, from independent workers to small-scale entrepreneurs who operate under varying conditions. Factors like location, products offered, social networks, and interactions with local authorities play a key role on shaping their working conditions and success. Stress that street vendors play a crucial role in distributing goods and services, and their success heavily depends on meeting customer demands. Satisfied customers directly impact profitability, as emphasized, and who argue the customers' satisfaction drives sales and reduces business risk. The next is literature review. Street vending is a way many people earn money, often to support their families or add to income from other small jobs. It's a common way of working, but street vendors face many problems. They need special permit to sell their goods, are only allowed to work in certain places, and sometimes have conflicts with local shop owners who see them as competition. To deal with these challenges, vendors use different strategies. Some try to avoid being noticed by authorities, while others work together in groups. Vendors also work hard to improve their businesses by choosing the right products to sell, setting fair prices, and being friendly to customers so they keep coming back. Whether vendors succeed often depends on their community influence. In places where vendors have strong political support, they can use their votes to ask for better rules and protections. However, vendors still have to deal with city officials about where they can work, keeping the area clean, and getting licenses to sell. This shows that street vendors are still fighting for their rights and fair treatment. More research is needed to fully understand the specific issues they deal with every day. For example, researchers could explore the exact reasons why permits are hard to get, how space restrictions after vendors' income, or what kind of conflicts arise with local businesses. This information could be used to create better policies and address these problems directly. The next researcher is Ashley Maypanes, who will present the research design, research local, and the respondents of the study.
So to start, let's discuss the research design. This study uses a quantitative to analyze the experience of street vendors in San Antonio public market. Quantitative research focuses on collecting and analyzing numerical data, which allows us to qualify variables and identify patterns or trends within the population. This study of research often employs survey or structured questionnaire to gather measurable data that can be statistically analyzed, while descriptive design is a type of research design that aims to describe a population or phenomenon as it exists without manipulating any variables. Now let's talk about the research local. Our study is focused on one location, which is the San Antonio public market. The data we collected will come directly from this market. As you can see from the map, is located in San Antonio, Nueva Ecija. Let's move on with the respondents of the study. We collected the data through the survey interviews, ensuring consistency and the information gathered. Since the market has only 22 vendors, we use total enumeration sampling, interview each of them, and allowing for a complete representation of the vendor population. Now, let me introduce the next researcher, Jonella Mudlong, who will now present the research instrument, data gathering, statistical analysis data, and the statement of the problem.
Research instrument. The study used a face-to-face survey to collect the information from the street vendor. Such survey was divided into 4 parts to get the complete understanding of their business. This part are first the social demographic profile. This part asks about the vendor's basic information like age, gender, education, and other personal details. These help us to understand if a certain characteristic affect how they run their business. The second part is the negotiation strategy. This section look at how vendors negotiate with the customer, supplier, and other. We ask about how they price, bargain, and build the relationship with people. This help us to understand how they handle the competition and sales. The third part is the entrepreneurial strategy. This part focus on the methods vendor use to run their businesses, like choosing what to sell, marketing their products, and managing the resources. We wanted to know what strategies help them to succeed. The fourth part is the business challenges. The last section asks about the problems of vendor face in their business, such as legal issue, competition, lack of resources, waste management. This help us to understand the difficulty that affect their business operation. By using face-to-face survey, we were able to get the detailed answer and make sure that the vendor understood the question. These methods also help to create trust, so they give more honest and accurate answer. The second part is a data gathering procedure. First, we got the permission from the market office to collect the data from the street vendor. Since there were not many vendors in the area, we decided to survey all them instead of just a few. This method is called the total enumeration, and it helped us to get the information from the every vendors. By doing this, we made sure that our results were complete and give us full understanding of their business. The third part is the statistical analysis data. The data show the range of the mean value and their corresponding interpretation. This mean value help to categorize the responses in terms in agreement and on disagreement with a certain statement. The range 3.25 to 4, this range represent the strongly agree group, indicates that the participants strongly agree with the statement or the question being measured. The range 2.50 to 3.24, this range represent the agree group. It suggests that the participants generally agree with the statement but not as strongly as the previous group. The range 1.75 to 2.29, this range corresponds to the disagree group. Participants in this range tend to disagree with the statement. The range 1 to 1.74, this range is labeled to strongly disagree. It shows that the participants strongly disagree with the statement. Each range helps us to understand how participants will felt about the special statement, allow us to categorize their level of agreement or disagree. This analysis is important in interpreting the overall findings of understanding trend in their data. In short, the statistical range show how strongly and weakly participants agree or disagree with a certain statement, helping you to interpret the data more effectively for your research. The statement of the problem. The purpose of this study is to explore how street vendors in the San Antonio market manage and negotiate their business, especially the researcher focus on understanding the way this vendor run their small business, the challenges they face, and how they adjust to meet the changing needs of their customer in busy and competitive market. In other words, the study looked at how street vendors keep their businesses running smoothly, deal with any difficulty they encounter, and finds a way to attract and satisfy the customer in a market that is constantly changing. This explanation highlights the key points of the study: the vendors' business practices, the problems they face, and their ability to adapt to the customer's need. The next researcher that presents the result and discussion is Pingol.
The next is the result and discussion. The survey of 22 street vendors provides a snapshot of the demographic and economic characteristic of the group. The majority of age and gender of the vendors are aged between 26 and 35 years old, with this R group making 40.91% of the respondents. This suggests that many street vendors are in early to mid stage of working lives. The large portion of vendors, 72.73%, are women, indicating that street vending, particularly in the food sector, may be popular or accessible business for women is the area. The most of education of the vendors have complete high school, 45%, showing the will they may not have advanced degrees. They process a basic level of the formal education. This suggests that street vending is often a business pursued by individual with limited access to higher education or professional opportunities. The experience of the vendors vary in terms of experience, with 36.36% having between 1 and 5 years in the business. Food vending is a dominant business model in the group, and that food-related businesses are likely an important part of the informal economy in the area. Income levels and daily earnings for the vendors range from 500 to 1.5 pesos. Pointing to modest income levels, this income range suggests the will vending provides a source of livelihood is in the not sufficient for vendors of achieve significant financial stability, indicating for my vendors operate the lower income bracket. The survey paints in a picture a group in relative young, predominantly female vendors with the high school education. The next researcher is Shaina Salaysay, who will represent a conclusion.
Let's move on to the conclusion. As concluding, pricing and marketing strategy are important for the street vendors. Their tool becomes their way into orders from them to sell high-quality product. But at the same time, affordable also consumer are more attracted with social media, so that vendors uses this as a platform and opportunity to make money and sell. In addition, we all know that there's two pricing marketing strategy have high impact for seller. Since there is no single or definite marketing strategy, street vendors in San Antonio market uses variety and strategy so that they can attract customers to buy their product. Let me introduce the last researcher, Karylle Reyes, who will present the recommendation.
For the last part, I will present the recommendation. To help street vendors in San Antonio market improve their livelihoods and make the market more vibrant, several simple actions can be taken. Vendors can benefit from learning negotiation skills to get better deals with suppliers and managing their inventory wisely. This includes understanding which products are in demand and finding ways to reduce waste. Workshops on marketing and branding can help vendors attract more customers. They can learn how to set up appealing displays and use social media to promote their businesses. Financial literacy programs are also important to teach vendors how to manage their money, save, and plan for future growth. Where vendors can set up their stalls and ensuring these spaces are clean and safe. Encouraging teamwork among vendors or partnership with local businesses can make the market more efficient and profitable. By making this change, vendors will have a better chance to succeed and customers will enjoy a more exciting and well-organized market. This will create a positive and sustainable environment for everyone involved.
Once again, we are the Group 21, entitled Negotiation and Entrepreneurial Strategies of Street Vendors in the San Antonio Market, Challenges and Adaptation to the Consumer Needs. And finally, we are now ready to answer the panelist question.
Is Ashley. So the first question is from Dr. Annalyn M. Gamit. What were the key factors influencing the negotiation strategies of street vendor, and how did this factor affect their overall business performance?
First, our research found out that the vendors in San Antonio market really rely on the three keys things when they are talking to customer: price negotiation, customer persuasion, and waste management. They are very good at adjusting their prices based on what the customer can afford and are always willing to be flexible. This helps them attract a wide range of customers and keep them regularly happy. They are also really good at understanding what customers want and highlighting the quality of their products, which helps them and build trust and convenience people to buy. Lastly, they really prioritize waste management and understanding that a clean and organized environment is super important for attracting customers and building trust. They are very careful about keeping their areas clean and tidy, which shows customer that they really care about quality and hygiene. These three factors are really important for their business because they help them sell more and keep customer coming back and make more money.
Miss Angelica, the second question is from Dr. Joy N. Sabillano. Can you elaborate on the role of waste management in the vendor negotiation strategies and its significance compared to other entrepreneurial strategies?
That's a great question, Dr. Sabillano. Waste management was a really big deal for the vendors we talked to. They realized and emphasized how important it is to keep their areas clean and organized. They know that customers are more likely to buy from them if their store is clean. It's all about building trust and showing customers that they care about quality. While other strategies like marketing and financial planning are important, waste management stood out because it has a direct impact on how customers view their business. It's not just about throwing away trust, it's about creating a positive experience for customers.
Miss Shaina. So the third question is from Dr. Marilu P. Pascual. What challenge did the street vendors face concerning local regulation, and how did this challenge shape their business operation and adaptability?
So the challenges did the vendors we spoke definitely had the challenges with local regulation. The biggest issue were finding a good spot for their stall because of overcrowding and competition. Something the regulation about their day can set up made it hard to find a spot that was both visible and convenient for customers. They also had to be very careful about the following all the local rules and regulations. Change to the rules could sometimes affect their business, so they had to stay informed to make sure they were going everything right. Many vendors felt that government could do more to support them and wanted more help with navigating relation and accessing resources. The challenges made in vendors very adaptable. They had to find creative ways to find good spots, stay informed about the rules, and seek out support from the organization. They were reality resourceful and resilient.
Miss Karylle, the fourth question was from Dr. Jennifer G. Pronda. How does the study's proposed strategic program address the challenge identified in waste management and location access?
Well, our study recommends a few key things to help the vendors with waste management and location access. We suggest that the vendors get some training in waste reduction techniques and that the city provide access to proper waste disposal facilities. This will help them manage waste responsibly and keep their areas clean. We think it's important for the city officials and market management to create clear and consistent rules about permits, designated vending areas, and sanitation. This will help create well-maintained and strategically located vending zones that are good for both the vendors and customers.
Miss Jonella, for the last question, was from Dr. Nestor Natividad. What limitation did you encounter during data collection from the street vendors? And how did you mitigate this challenge to ensure the reliability of your findings?
Thank you, Mario, and thank you, Dr. Nestor Natividad. It is a great pleasure to answer this question. So, during the collecting of data with the street vendor, we faced a few challenges. Many vendors were busy, so it's hard to find the right time to ask them to take part. To solve this, we adjust our data collection hours to fit the vendor's schedule, ensuring they were available and willing to participate. Some vendors were also hesitate to give the honest answer because they were unsure about the survey purpose or worried about the privacy. To make them feel comfortable, we explained that their answer were anonymous and would not be shared. We also told them that taking part was completely voluntary and language differences sometimes made it hard to communicate. To help with this, we used a simple word or translate to them and made sure that questions were easy to understand. By being flexible, building trust, and making communication clear, we are able to get the reliable answer to the vendor.
That's all our presentation. Once again, we are the Group 21. Thank you.